Welcome back to The Price of Business. I am your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Got my good friend on, the one and only Alan Paine, and he is with the folks over there at richclub.org. You see, I can't write. I was writing the word website as I spoke. I can't do it. I can't write and talk at the same time. I can't even walk and chew gum at the same time. So
multitasking.
Why would I be able to do that? So richclub.org is awesome. It's transformative. It's taking people from often situations of chronic mediocrity and even poverty to great economic heights, and it does it one relationship at a time, and sometimes in whole groups. It's amazing what you do.
I'm just going to go home. Because you just described it so well. Well, we're the Rich Club. We call ourselves the Rich Club. We're the Realty Investment Club of Houston, richclub.org. And you explained it very well. We teach people how to do creative real estate transactions. We preach the building of wealth through buying properties and holding them.
Yep.
It's kind of that rich dad, poor dad theory. And so we really have a lot of long-term investors. We've been around since 1979, I think, is the year. We always get confused on that, but it's over 35 years. I mean, it's been a long time.
Yeah, and so and you got a great guest for us today. I'm looking forward to it. Talking about something that's kind of somewhat esoteric. People don't really think about the importance, but it doesn't get any more important than your title.
It's first off, you don't get paid until you close.
Right.
And so the title company is the guy who's going to get you paid.
Yep.
And if you don't have good title, which is a lot of reasons why some houses are not selling, they don't have good title. So, I mean, having a title person is very important. So let me just kind of get to this. We have Post Oak people here from Post Oak Title. Alladin, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Tell us a little bit about Post Oak Title, Alladin, and how can they contact you?
Post Oak Title is based in Galleria area. We underwrite with Fidelity, Alamo, Chicago, and North American. You can reach at 713-622-7300. My cell number is 832-878-8780.
Great. Now, Alladin, again, we touched on. I kind of touched on building team and and Kevin and I talk about that all the time. Building your team. Why is a title company so important to your team?
Title company has to be very important in closing the deal. Title company can break it or make the deal. Title company should be investor friendly. Title company should work with you. For an example, closing after hours, closing on weekends, gives you the commitment within a couple of days. So title company plays a very important role in a transaction of real estate.
Yeah, and let me tell you, titles itself are so important. When I was in college, I worked as a title examiner. Part of the way I paid my way through school, and I tell you, I was actually the last guy to go in just before the deal was finally closed. And I only did it for about a year, but I discovered probably a few $100,000 of of liens and things like that people weren't aware of. I was really good at it. They were very sad to see me go. But the title really protects the integrity of the entire process.
That's correct.
Yeah. Go ahead there, Alan.
Yeah. I mean, Alladin, now, we talked about some having most title companies out there don't understand the creative investor. Can you kind of go over a few real quick type of closes? I know you kind of touch base on Saturdays and stuff like that, but can you talk about some of these creative ways that people can close a house?
At our title company, we are investor-friendly title company. So, for an example, if you are buying a house, so let's say you are party B, you're buying it from party A, and you're selling it to party C in a flip transaction, what we do, we can close both the deals simultaneously at the same time. So the proceed from B to C, we can take that proceed and take that money, and we can use that money from transaction from A to B. So in other words, you do not have to cut out money from your pocket to close a deal.
Right.
So that's number one.
But I'm sorry to interrupt you. That is so huge, and I don't think most people understand that. You're taking the money from A and using it to close for C. I mean, basically, you're doing a process in there, and a lot of title companies just don't get that, and it doesn't work seamlessly. So, I mean, your company does that on a regular basis, correct?
We do it daily basis. We do that. That's one of our specialties.
Yeah, that's fantastic. By the way, I do want to mention again one more time the website over there is you have that for us, postoaktitle.com, correct?
That's true. That's correct.
Yeah, very good. Go ahead, Alan.
And then now let's talk a little bit more about foreclosures. You know, you mentioned if I have a house and I find a person who's in foreclosure and it's going to close, it's going to be foreclosed on the first Tuesday of the month, and that's Saturday, or Friday or Saturday before that auction. Is there a way that you could actually get that house closed?
Yes, I can do that. You can call us on Saturday at 5 o'clock in the evening. Once we get the property address, we will going to do the examination on Sunday. We will make all the documents ready to close Monday morning, and we will pay the bank on Monday afternoon, and we can stop the foreclosure.
That is huge.
Wow. How does that differ from other companies out there, Ellen?
Most companies, you need months to close a house. And so these guys being able to operate that fast really is what the investor is all about. It's about moving quickly. You know, a lot of people in foreclosure are that ostrich. They have their heads buried in the sand, and they don't think, you know, if they ignore it, they think it'll go away, and it doesn't. So they wait to the last minute, and you're the last option, and Post Oak Title is the place that can help you get that last option done.
Yeah, and that is, again, postoaktitle.com. Alan?
And then, you know, let's you know, you mentioned something else here, Alladin, and it was very huge, and I don't think most people caught it. You know, I don't have to come to your title company to close. If I work 9 to 5, or the seller works 9 to 5, I don't have to go to the title company. They can't make it there. So you offer some other options. What are those?
We close 7 days a week after hours. We go to the client place of business or residence, and we send our escrow officer to close the deal. So, for an example, if you want to close on Christmas Day, we will come to your house, we will close the deal, and we will fund the set same day.
And again, Kevin, I think you're aware of being from the title business. Most places work business hours.
Right. And they work banker hours and then some. And
then we've got a title company that will work the hours that investors work, which is 24/7, 365 days a year. That's Alladin. You know, I want to point out that is really just huge.
Post Oak Title is the name of the company. postoaktitle.com. Final thoughts thanks so much, by the way, Alladin, for being with us. Final thoughts, Alan Paine.
Yeah, I mean, first off, building your team is the most important thing. We talk about that all the time, Kevin. And, you know, also what's going to happen going forward, right? You know, on January 3rd at the Rich Club at 9 o'clock in the morning, between 9 and noon, we're having our general meeting, our first one of the year, which is always a big one. And we're going to do predictions and projections. We're having a panel of local investors here, expert investors, and we're going to talk about what's going on with Houston right this second. We're going to talk about what is $50 oil doing to the real estate market.
Yeah.
And how can we go forward with it?
Absolutely. That sounds like a very timely topic. Give that again, the information on when and where.
That is at the Rich Club. Go to richclub.org, punch on our calendar, pull up the first Saturday of the month, which was where we always have our general meeting. Guests are free. Members, you know, they come in free also from membership, but the guests are always welcome. And we have it down there at, again, that's Saturday, January 3rd, 9 a.m. to noon.
Sounds like a really must-see event. All right, richclub.org. Make sure you check it out, richclub.org. By the way, best content here, including this interview, can be found over there at usdatareview.com, getting over 1 million hits a month, and love the great changes that have taken place over there. More after this on The Price of Business.